Hi! In this project, we are going to explain the mysteries of interlanguage. If you want to know more, stay tuned to this video. Interlanguage was introduced by Zancada in the 70s as the intermediate stages of language learning where a learner's language is influenced by both their first and second languages. This creates an unique transitional language system with its own structure used by learners to communicate in the target language. Therefore, it reflects the learner's atom production of a target language norm, resulting in a learner-centered language system. Some characteristics of interlanguage are that it is systematic. It means that interlanguage is governed by rules, by the learner's internal grammar. It is dynamic. Interlanguage is in a state of flux, which results in a succession of interim grammars. And finally, interlanguage is variable. This term follows predictable patterns, but there are some variable features like linguistic, psychological, and microsocial context.
We can differ many different examples of interlanguage. For example, English speaker learning Spanish. Estoy bueno instead of estoy bien. Spanish speaker learning English. He has 20 years instead of he is 20 years.
Fossilization is the probability that learners will cease their interlanguage development before they reach second language norms. In general terms, it refers to the process in which incorrect language becomes a habit and cannot easily be corrected. Here, I will explain some of the cases that could happen. First of all, we have language transfer. This is normally a negative transfer, for instance from el perro blanco to the dog white. Regarding strategies of learning, learners attempt to simplify language. For example, the complex sentence, the ominous clouds engulf the hill, may be transformed into its simple form, the gloomy clouds cover the hill. Regarding strategies of communication, this is the idea of using similar terms when learners don't know a word. For example, if you don't know the word tiny, you can use very small. Finally, the overgeneralization of certain linguistic material. For example, I ate fish yesterday.
Interlanguage is the language system that learners create while learning a second language. It's influenced by their first language and the language that they are trying to learn. A common problem in interlanguage is fossilization, which happens when learners stop improving and some mistakes becomes permanent. Fossilization shows how learning a new language can be difficult.